Hi there guys, this is the first training video with me, Matt Shaw, at Knightsbridge Trading Academy. I'm the Chief Analyst here at Knightsbridge Trading Academy, and over the next few weeks and months, and hopefully years, I'll be bringing you many trading tutorials, webinars, and exclusive Forex market information. Now, we do run many trading days, intensive but still very simple trading days, and we have the signal service and also the intensive institutional trader program for those of you that want to get professional qualification out of the market. Now, I won't be covering any of that in the training videos, but I do go through the basics, setting up your charts, where to get the best information from, mostly free, in fact, all of the time free. We should never really have to pay for any information in the markets, whether it be economic data or just news in general. You can pay for certain things like level 2 data feeds, squawk boxes, things like that, but really you don't need it. You really do not need it. So I wouldn't really recommend going out and spend your hard-earned money on something that you can really get, for free. Now, this is just setting up your charts. That's all I want to do. Now, you may have your own charts like you have them and you've always had them, and there's no change in that. Now, this is how I have mine. I've got weekly pivots here, moving averages, and the RSI and MACD blended. It's a great combination for picking out trading signals for myself, for my own personal trading. This is not anything to do with the signal service. The guys that do that trade a slightly different way to me. And also the intensive trader program as well. This is a completely separate thing. This is just how I have my own charts, and it does work well. Now, this is just setting up the charts themselves. As you can see, there's an Infinox Capital demo account. I don't share the real trading. None of us do here at KTA, only with current members of the ITP course, Signals course, and our Trader Day course as well. But if you're just a sort of free member, just looking at the training material, then we just go with demo accounts just to illustrate, for demonstration purposes only, how to set up and configure what you want on a chart. So, okay, let's get to it. Now, you're not going to see this perfectly when first of all you get into your MT4 chart. You're going to see something like this. Something dull, dismal, and horrific looking. Now let's get it looking sharp, shall we? Let's get it looking something like this. So I prefer a white background. Let's go to properties. You right click, go to properties, and then background, you select white. You may not want to do this. You may happily have it as black. That's what MT4 is known as a black background. That's what it actually has on its label. But I prefer for it to be white. Again, we go into properties. I shouldn't have come out of that. We go black on white. Then for the bar ups, because we do trade bar charts for this purpose, I trade bar charts myself personally, so I'll show bar charts for this. Bar up, we have blue, and bar down, we have red. Quite simple, up blue, down red, trading industry standard. Now, let me just, looking at the bars themselves, I prefer the bars to candlesticks. Candlesticks is what I used to use. As you can see here, it's a simple bar for those of you that don't know, and this is the open, that's the high, the top end of the bar, the bottom of the bar is the low, and then the little wick on the right hand side is always where it closed. It's that simple. So this is a 1 hour chart. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. Quite simple. So these are bars of a 15-minute period. So over this 15-minute period, the market just opened slightly higher than where it closed on this bar. So this 15-minute duration, it sold off slightly, a few pips, rallied about 20 pips, made a high there, came back down, hovered around here, and then finally closed at this level. Then this bar took over, received the baton, opened pretty much where this one closed, barely held on to these gains, didn't it? And then all of a sudden it sold off dramatically, made a low, and then came back and sort of closed halfway, and then again handed the baton back over to the next 15 minutes and then continued lower. So for me, it's very simple. We have some great techniques for these on our training days, and for me, bar charts are very, very simple. And for me, when I see an opportunity to trade, I just see them a lot clearer through bar charts now. Again, it's all down to preference, isn't it? But for me, I prefer those. Okay, let's get this even more spiffing. We go to our navigator box, we select MACD, drag it over to the bottom of the chart, select OK, and then we've got our MACD. Excellent, looking good. Then we want an RSI for that. We blend the RSI. Some prefer to have the RSI above the MACD box, or vice versa. I like to have them as one signal, not two. So I just overlap the RSI. Again, left click, hold down, drag across, select OK, and then it appears. Quite simple. Really, really simple, guys. So that's our MACD and RSI configured. Let's go to now Insert, Indicators, Moving Average. We want to put our moving averages in now. So the shortest term one I have is 18 days. Exponential, this is an EMA, and it's red. Simple. Some traders prefer a 20 or 25 day. I prefer an 18 day. It bodes and correlates a lot better with the RSI and MACD, sorry, RSI and MACD, and also the pivots that we're about to put on as well. So let's get the other two up. I trade with three moving averages. Also, the middle one is the 55 day, and I have that as blue. I have that the same thickness as the red 18 day, and Insert Indicators Moving Average. 110 is the daddy moving average. That's still exponential, and we have that as gold. So I keep that gold. I used to have it as yellow, but now I have it as gold. I try and will on extra profits with that. Now I have that a slightly, ever so slightly different thickness. I should have changed that. I have that slightly thinner. I have that on the thinnest one here, because that works in the background. Again, it didn't change. We just right click there, check the properties again. Right, there it changed, okay. So I have that slightly thinner because it works in the background, more of a blend, more of a gentle wave through the prices, whereas the other shorter term moving averages work more closely with the current price of the market. So you can see it follows the price a lot quicker than the 110-day moving average. That has to factor in a lot more days and a lot more trading sessions than these two, so it doesn't change as quick. But it's a great average to have as a backup. Now, let's get our daily average weeklies. Now, what you do, I'm just going to delete this because I've already got it in there, so I'm going to delete it and show you how you get your weekly pivots on. These weekly pivots, unlike the rest of the indicators, do not come preloaded. You can email in to Knightsbridge Trading Academy for these and give them away for free. You can pick them up on the internet as well somewhere. Now, you can email myself, matt@ktafx.com, and say, Matt, can you send me the pivots? I'd like them on my chart, just for my own reference. Absolutely fine. So feel free. They're not trading indicators. They're not signal providers. They're nothing. They're just, free indicator plots that you can have to complement any other strategy you may have. Now, when you get them, you'll obviously download them. So go into your downloads, and then it'll be there, daily average weekly. Copy those, and then obviously we want to paste it somewhere to get it onto our chart. So we go to File, go back to our Infonox Capital chart, MT4 chart, click Open Data Folder, MQL4, then select Indicators, and just highlight examples, and then, because if you highlight any of the others, it has a bit of trouble pasting sometimes. So just leave that highlighted at the top and then scroll down anywhere below examples and click paste. And there we have it, right there, daily average weekly pivots. Come out of there. Now we want it on this chart. We go back to the navigator box. It's not on there. RSI, MACD, they're on there, but no weekly pivots, so we refresh this, refresh the data folder, and then that will update it. Brilliant. So the daily average Fibo, historical weekly, we select and drag across onto the chart, not onto the RSI or MACD, above that onto the chart itself. Then we release. So you left click, drag it, release. This one should already be highlighted and ticked. Then also yourself select and tick allow DLL imports. Select OK, and there you have it. There are the pivots. Now these are not, fundamentally these are not Fibonacci retracement levels. These are a blend of Fibonacci retracement and weekly pivots that are blended together and work quite well, I must say. With other indicators, they complement them with the moving averages, the RSI and MACD. They work very well. Now, as you can see, they're a weekly average, so each week they change levels because it factors in the previous week's average of price, and then they change. So here on the 11th, going into the 14th, that weekend, can you see it's slightly changed here? And going back to the 4th, go back to the 4th. Right here again, it changes again. You see the week before, the levels change. This pivot here, the purple, moved higher the week after. Because as an average, the week before was a higher trade-in price than the week before that. So it moved higher. And again, the 76.4% pivot, that purple one we were just looking at, for this week, it's now gone lower again. So it opened up at a lower level. So we now go by these prices for this week, commencing the 14th of August, 2017. We now go with these new pivots. And that is that. Very simple. There are no explicit trade-in opportunities or signals to be had, or nothing automated with this. It's purely to have as a guide for your own trading. I use these personally for my own trading account. The moving averages, the weekly pivots, the RSI and MACD. This is for demonstration purpose only, but feel free to email in for the free pivots and we'll happily send you a download. Thank you very much. See you soon.